So, we've been talking about this whole concept of the basics of entrepreneurship. I hope by this point in the broadcast you've learned a few things, but I think there's one thing that most entrepreneurs don't really think about, but it's so crucial when it comes to starting or operating a small business, and that's the idea of customer service. So we brought in a customer service expert who's going to discuss all of those key elements that entrepreneurs and small business owners need to know. His name is Errol Allen, and we're going to bring him to you in an interview that I did with him recently, and hopefully he'll be able to share some tips that you can really use and make your business successful. Welcome, viewers, to the Cooperative Extension Program Community and Economic Development television broadcast. Today we have with us Mr. Errol Allen of Errol Allen Consulting, and you are a customer service expert. What is it that qualifies you to be a customer service expert?
Well, LaRochelle, first of all, let me say thank you for having me today. What I feel qualifies me as a customer service expert is my 25 years of experience with hands-on customer service, either on the phone or face-to-face with customers. Also on the management side, I understand what needs to happen on that side of the house. So I think that qualifies me as an expert.
Well, definitely experience, and 25 years of experience would be enough to put you in situations where you've probably seen it all. And you talk about phone customer service. I think that's probably one of the most challenging things from both the customer's point of view as well as the staffer's point of view, trying to make sure that it's a win-win situation for both. So give us an example of one of the most interesting conversations that you had as far as the telephone customer service experience.
I would say probably one of the most interesting calls that I ever had was I was in the security systems industry, and I actually had a customer call in where she felt like someone was in her house.
Wow.
And I had to go ahead and alert the authorities and stay on the phone with her until somebody got there, which means she was totally frightened.
Right.
And I had to make sure that I kept her calm as well as keeping myself calm.
Right. Because it is a situation that's either sometimes life or death.
Yes, yes. And she just felt like somebody was getting close to her room, and I was trying to tell her, just be calm, be still, don't move. And she actually called me the next day to thank me for staying on the phone with her. That's probably real different when somebody feels like their life is at stake. And I had to make myself be calm for her.
And that seems like something that's either in you or not in you. Do you think it's something that can be trained as a customer service phone someone that answers the phones with customers? Can you actually train them to do that?
You can train. I think if you're going to deal with customers, there has to be something in your nature that where you're just interested in people. Because if you're not, it's going to show up sooner or later.
Absolutely.
Especially during stressful times.
Now, the theme of our show is the basics of entrepreneurship. And a lot of our viewers are going to be interested in just the simple things. We're doing a workshop right now entitled the Big Boom Business Planning Institute. And we're teaching the basics as far as how to put into your business plan who you are as a company, what your marketing plan is, how to do financial statements, and then getting into the operational plan and your development. And this is the area where customer service really fits in best. So what would your advice be to an entrepreneur who's just starting their business and wants to make sure that they get off to the right start by touching on that element of customer service?
Well, I would just suggest a few basic things.
Okay.
The first one is to make a decision to develop a customer service strategy.
Good.
That's the first thing. The second thing is decide what you want to do when you interact with your customer. Because when I first started out, there were usually just two ways you interacted with the customer. It was either on the phone or face-to-face. Now you have email, your website. So you have to develop a strategy on when my customer calls, this is what I'll do. When my customer visits me, this is what I'll do. When my customer emails me, this is what I'll do. When I visit my customer, there are some businesses where you go out to the customer.
Right.
When I visit my customer, this is what I'll do.
Right.
That way you're consistent in what you do every time.
And then when you make that consistent, you can train other people to follow the same protocols.
Exactly.
Now, I think every entrepreneur, when they go into business, they're obviously passionate about what they do, and they understand that without the customer, there is not going to be any income, no revenue coming in.
Right.
So that, I think, is there. But in the heat of that situation, where you're encountering a customer that might be difficult or a difficult, challenging situation, what is it that you need to kick into? What mode do you turn on to make sure that you maintain that idea of providing the best customer service possible?
You can kick into the resolution mode.
There you go. Okay, talk about that.
The resolution mode is you're listening to what's really the problem. You're not looking to blame anybody. You're just looking to
or
hear.
Take it personally,
yes.
Right?
Because usually they're not upset with you personally. They don't know you.
Right.
They're upset with what happened because of your company.
Exactly.
But you represent the company. So you get in the resolution mode. How can I resolve this? Well, listen to what the real problem is and then acknowledge it. That usually takes a lot of heat out of it.
Right. I know it for me as a customer, when I'm dealing with a company and I see that that person is just resistant to listening to what I'm saying and understanding my point of view, automatically that sets off a feeling of, okay, I'm not going to get anywhere.
Right.
And I want to take my business and go elsewhere.
Right.
So you're absolutely right. When you give me that acknowledgement that you're hearing what I'm saying, I'm willing to work, well, at least be open to some resolution.
Right.
I agree 100%. The other thing I want to ask you about, I was looking at some of your speaking topics because I understand that you are a speaker as well.
Yes.
I noticed that one of your trainings was on the topic of smile training. It's just one piece of that customer service puzzle.
Right.
And I understand from the company's point of view as a staffer that it's always good to smile when you're talking to the customer because it comes across that way.
Right.
Or even in person, when you smile at a person, you get that response back in return.
Right.
Tell us about that topic and what is it that you discussed that we as starting out in business need to know about the smile effect?
Well, with smile training, I just feel like it's just one component of the customer service system. Yes, it's important to smile, but give your employees something to smile about.
Okay.
You're asking your employees to be good with the customer, take care of the customer. Are you taking care of the employee? Do they feel good about coming to work? The environment or the systems that they have to work within, are they conducive to them providing the best service? I'm all for smile training, but not in and of itself, just this is all we're going to do.
Right.
No, let's look a little deeper so that they can continue to smile.
Good. Well, as an employer yourself, what is an experience that you've had where you felt you got the best response from your employee as a result of your customer service expertise?
When I ask them what they feel like is working and what's not working. Because
again, listening.
yes, they actually do the job.
Right.
They have the answers.
Right.
They're just waiting for somebody to ask. So when you take the time to ask, hey, how do y'all feel about what's going on? They feel valued.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Errol Allen Consulting at its best. Please check out his website and read his blog. Sign up for his newsletter. Tell us once again how we can get in contact with you, your phone number, website, email.
Phone numbers are 1-800-830-4167 or 281-467-9189.
Okay.
The website is www.errolallenconsulting.com. You can subscribe to my newsletter. Now that's customer service. And thank you, Ms. Langshan.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
We would like to thank you for tuning in with us. We hope you enjoyed our show and our theme on the basics of entrepreneurship. We would also like to thank Janelle Moorhead of Moorhead Connections and Errol Allen of Errol Allen Consulting.
Janelle and I hope to see you at one of our future Big Boom Business Plan Institutes. If you'd like to attend that workshop, call me at 936-261-5148.
Ask for me, LaRochelle Smith. I'm the Community and Economic Development Program Specialist.
Also, our upcoming radio broadcast will be airing pretty soon, so visit us at www.blogtalkradio.com/PV Cooperative Extension.
And as our guest, Errol Allen, would suggest to the small business owners, the essential foundation of good service is always remember to ring the alarm. Ask, listen, acknowledge, resolve, and maintain. Join us again when we bring you more tips and information on our next topic, bankers and lending. But until then, I'm your host, LaRochelle Smith.
And I'm your co-host, Lakeisha Clark, Miss Prairie View A&M University.
And we're still meeting needs and changing lives.
Contact us online at pvcep.pvamu.edu or call us at 936-261-5150.